Hello ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about how I set up Claire's new enclosure. Okay, so you can see her, she's right there. She's in the shed right now, so we're not going to be messing with her that much. But, so I'm going to tell y'all how I did it, how I made the substrate, how I made a, you can kind of see some of that right there. How I made a drainage layer, how I made it more nutrient rich. Okay. So first off, let's talk about the plants. I have pothos that all of the plants are bought at Home Depot, so you should be able to get them pretty easily, not have to order them. But I have pothos, and I think this is called an angel plant is what it was called when we bought it. And that is basically just for height and all that. These are going to cover the ground a lot. This is Tim. He's the pothos that we had extra. He'll probably go in there and I'll probably put him like right there between the logs. But those are the plants we're using. We're just using rocks and sticks as the decoration, and turtle shell and water bowl. But so the substrate is a mix between Eco Earth, Forest Floor, and Forest Floor is really good for holding humidity. Eco Earth isn't that great, but it works pretty well. Then I just use sheet moss. You do want to make sure you boil this. I wouldn't suggest cooking it because it might catch on fire, but if you boil it, because you can also buy this at Home Depot, those two you're going to have to buy at a pet store. But this, or order on Amazon. I think they sell them on Amazon. But this you'll have to buy at Home Depot or on Amazon. And this works really well. It pretty much keeps the humidity up. It keeps the humidity really well. It was at, I think, around 70 this morning, and that was about 9 hours ago. So it holds it pretty well. So I put about 1/4. Okay, so to make the mix, you need 1 full scoop of what you're using, 1 full scoop, and then 1/4 of a scoop for a ball python is what I would suggest. So 1 scoop, 1 scoop, 1/4 of a scoop. If you do any more, I mean, you could probably get away with a little bit more, but not too much more. And it works really well for plants and all that. Also, if you watch any of my other videos, you know this used to be a super big mess. I'm so proud of myself. But, so, that's what it looks like. I think it looks pretty natural. And once all these plants start growing in, I think it'll work pretty well. You can see a little piece of slate that I just randomly tossed around. Not randomly. Those two were supposed to hold up the rock, but she knocked it over. And that one, I don't know where that one came from. I probably dropped it. But, okay, so you've got all those. And then what I put underneath it. Okay, we'll talk about the drainage layer first. You're not going to be able to see it, but I used aquarium gravel as my drainage layer. Yes, it will work, I promise you. Because your plants aren't going to go through the gravel because it's rock. So having that keeps the plants above the water so they don't drown. So that's what I use as my drainage layer. I've got probably about 1 inch of that all throughout the tank. And you can see that side right here is higher than this side because our heat mat is over here. So I wanted to keep this one a bit lower, and it kind of creates like a hill, kind of like a biome kind of thing. I like it more. But then she's got, okay, you have to be careful when you do this, but you can use charcoal. You have to make sure it's not charcoal with lighter fluid on it. Let me see if I can find the thing. But if you use it with lighter fluid on it, it'll poison your animal. So you have to use, here it is. You have to use stuff like this. Royal Oak, 100% all natural hardwood lump charcoal. That's what I used. You just have to mash it up real well. They don't have to be fine particles, but it needs to be about, you won't have a lot of it in a fine, dust kind of thing, and you can have like some rocks, but that gives you gives your plants more nutrients to get out of the soil and the substrate. So that's something else. And I might turn this into a bioactive enclosure, but that's basically the rundown of what's in her tank. And Claire's for anyone that doesn't know about Claire, we'll start talking about her because it's basically all that's in the tank. So if you just watched for how to set it up, you can click off now. Please like and subscribe. But Claire is probably around 23 inches now. She's about 9-10 months old. She is a normal ball python, and she has never refused a meal while she's had proper husbandry. So that's pretty good, I think. As you can see, she is pretty dull right now because she is in shed, but she's gone through a lot of changes. And first thing I'd like to point out is that the pet store that I got her from was feeding her pinkies. A ball python eating one pinky a week. Yeah. She was probably about 18 inches. So I didn't realize she's 23 and I bought her at 18. So she's grown 5 inches while I've had her. That's pretty cool. But now she's eating one medium mouse a week, and then she'll probably go up to a large mouse, and then probably like a fuzzy rat. I don't know, it's like a little bit bigger than a small mouse, but still a rat. So we'll have to see. It might just be a small rat. Like feed her 2 mice till she's big enough, or 2 large mice till she's big enough to eat a rat. I don't know, but she'll eventually. I think she's a female. I'm pretty sure she's a female. I'll have to watch more videos on how to test, but eventually she's going to go into a 40-gallon or bigger, and because I don't believe that you can actually keep a ball python in a 20-gallon. It's pretty controversial, but I mean, I don't think this is big enough for her now, even though she's only 23 inches and the tank's forms about 18 inches, so about 36 inches, so 3 feet long. I still would prefer to have her in a 40-gallon just because it's so much wider. Like, that's not as long as I'd like to be. But I think that having her in a 40-gallon would be really cool, and that's my next project. I'm getting a job soon, so actually from the place I bought her, but I'll actually take care of the animals. But I think then I'll probably buy the 40-gallon, and then I'll start foaming it, because I'm going to make that. That's definitely being bioactive, because I love bioactive. Like, I love how this tank looks right now. Kind of zoom out so y'all can see it. There's Ted. No, Tim, sorry. Sorry, Tim. That's how it looks, and I think I'm probably going to add Tim. Well, let me add Tim, and I'll join y'all back in a second. Alright, so that's what it looks like with Tim in there. I think it looks pretty good, but I definitely like having live plants in there a lot more than without, because it just provides more of a natural setting for your animals. So why wouldn't you do it? But so that's how that's looking. Please like and subscribe if you like the video. Peace.